boxing with LowKick MMA or Jasmine Jasudavicius, who returns to action on September 16th. Jasmine, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm very happy to be talking with you. About a month out. How you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good. I'm looking forward to it. I feel like I'm like right on target of like how I'm feeling. You know what I mean? It's a hard week because we're still like, in the thick of things. Month out, it's still all the practices are they're hard practices. So, it's good. I'm thankful for the hard practice, but they're tough.
So I've been coming up with I came up with a couple of nicknames for you that I feel like you need a nickname now. Like your last name is so fucking hard to pronounce that like all right, so we
Yeah.
got Jazzy J. I mean, this kind of just makes sense, right?
Classic. Yeah.
Got Wild Rose. I got
Okay.
Loyalist. I guess it kind of goes with like Ontario.
Yeah.
Got the on terrible,
Ooh, okay.
and then just violent JJ.
Violet, dude, I like them all. That's what I've always said from the start. It's like a nickname, you can't make your own nickname. It's like it has to be given to you. So like I'm feeling that all because of my last name, everyone's thinking like even though it's Jazz Davicius, they think it's Jazz Vicious. So they're running with this whole vicious thing, but who knows? I'm liking everything that you're putting down though.
Okay, okay. Well, those are some ideas. So if you're thinking of one, there you go.
I like it. Yeah.
Um, I wanted to go back to your win over Miranda Maverick. Now that you've had some time to digest it and reflect on it, man, that was a tremendous performance. You fucked up a lot of people's parlays because people thought that Miranda was going to run over
For
you,
sure
but
thing.
you ran
Yeah.
over her. How do you feel about that performance?
I feel great. Obviously I would like to have a finish. I like I would have rather that. But the fact that I can go in there and fight hard for 15 minutes and like show how much I've grown from previous fights, it's good. And more time in there is like more opportunity to do cool shit. So I'm happy either way. I'm very happy with my performance in regards to it like being safe, and I was like, I didn't like cheat anything. I didn't try to jump the back and get burned for it or something like that. Like I'm happy with my performance in like a technical way. But that being said, I keep wanting to build and keep developing and moving forward. Hopefully the next one will be a finish.
Do you think that you put the division on notice because, everyone knows you're a fun striker, that's like your go-to, but you showed off your wrestling and you dominated Miranda Maverick in her strong suit.
Yeah, I the whole this is martial arts, so take it wherever. You got to be strong everywhere. I have to be a strong wrestler. I have to be a strong striker. I like banging, so I need them to be if they're shooting on my legs because they don't like the hands, or they're thinking this is the better game plan or whatever it may be. I need to be ready everywhere, so I'm working everything.
How was it fighting in Canada?
Oh, it was amazing. Like as soon as we got to the hotel, you could feel the energy. I remember in an interview like at the start of the week saying like I could see Canada doing a clean sweep. And then we did, which was crazy. But yeah, it was amazing. It's a dream come true to be able to fight in Canada, and it was really cool for me because it was out in BC and I lived out there for like a very small period of my life, but it was like pre MMA, but it was like in this I was a kind of in a weird stage in my life. It was like right before I found MMA. So it was like nice to kind of like go back. I felt like I kind of closed that chapter off almost. But the dream now is to fight in Toronto. That would be whew.
Three of your four fights have been in front of sold out crowds. Your next one's going to be in front of a sold out crowd. So, like, what do you think that says that the UFC thinks of you? Like, they're putting you out in front of crowds.
I think they know I perform better with the crowd. I love a crowd. It hypes me, man. I get it. Competing at the Apex, I did on Contender Series. I had one fight there, and I get it. I feel like even like the camp leading up is different. It's like more of a competition thing as opposed to like we're going to bang, you know what I mean? The crowd's roaring. We're just going in there to scrap. It's like I don't know, two different styles. I feel like a little bit.
Your win also got you into the rankings. So, how does that feel to be a ranked UFC fighter?
It feels amazing. Every fight, it's like a step closer to the belt. I want that belt. That's the dream. And so to be able to jump so many people, she called me out, and I'm thankful to her for giving me that opportunity. I jumped a whole bunch of girls. I was very fortunate. It could have easily taken me a year to get there, right? And so to be able to be there now, it's like it's just such a blessing.
Staying active, third fight of 2023. You're fighting Tracy Cortez on the Mexico card. So, I mean, technically, you're going into enemy territory. But how do you like the matchup?
I love it. I think it's sick. I'm happy that I got matched up with somebody above me because they could have easily matched me someone below me, right? Someone unranked even. So yeah, I was super happy about that, and I'm excited to go in front of the Mexican fans. I feel like, yeah, of course they're gonna kind of be on her side because I get that, but they like to watch a good fight, and so I know that I can bring them over to my side.
I mean, Mexicans love boxing, and you got some good boxing. So, like it could be them
Yeah,
cheering you at the end of the night.
that's what I'm thinking.
On paper, it's a very fun fight. It's she's I still don't know what people think of her as like a fighter because she's not that active, right? So like her wins have been impressive, but like she hasn't been active, and her wins haven't like really like you don't remember a Tracy Cortez win, like so. I guess do you think she's gonna come to wrestle and take you down?
I could see it. Yeah, I could see her coming to wrestle, but I could also see her come in and throw in hands too. I think she believes she's better than me in both areas. I think it's the same thing that Miranda did. She believed she was better in both areas. But fight night's a different thing. Like we saw with Miranda, it's like it's a little bit different. I don't wrestle like a girl. I don't strike like a girl. I feel like everyone always said, like, as crazy as that sounds, it's like one of my biggest compliments. Like, man, you feel like a dude. Like, thanks. You know what I mean? So yeah, I obviously she comes from a great camp and she's a solid fighter, but I think I want it more, and I'm just like I'm down to fight, I'm down to make it messy.
Do you think when she feels your power, she's gonna shoot?
I think so. But I do, yeah. I do think so. I will see, but I believe it.
Awesome, awesome. All right. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, September 16th, how do you get your hand raised?
I think I get my hand raised from being smart and like being tactical. I'm not gonna screw around, but at the same time, I'm going for that finish, baby. It's been too long. I've been in too many decisions. I'm going for that finish.
Who have been some of your main training partners so far?
Mostly the guys. I've been training a ton with the guys. I've got the girls too, but I've been getting working with like Cody Chamonchek and Tisha Guthrow. The main guy, Josh Hill. He's been helping me out. I've been even this guy Reeve. He's younger. He's still an amateur, but he's given me solid work. Gino, that like all the local crew, they're helping me out. And I got the girls. I got Ashley Nichols, always, she's getting better and better each day. And yeah, I got a great group right now.
Are you coming down to Vegas to injure camp, or are you staying in Canada?
So I went down to Vegas, kind of like pre-camp, I guess you call it. I mean, it's like I kind of just have a longer camp, but I'm getting more like rehabbed and everything like that. So it was a little bit of a vacation, but yeah. So I went down prior and made sure to like get the looks, get the kind of get the data, see what's working, see what's not working, and then kind of bring that information home and fine tune it with my coaches. They're the best, so I know that I leave it in their hands, and we're gonna have a great night.
The Contender Series is back right now. Can you just say like how important that fight was to you?
Honestly, I feel like I'm very fortunate to be able to come through Contender Series, because it would be pretty crazy jumping right from like the regional scene into the UFC with especially with the big crowd and all that. So it's like I feel like it was like a good kind of transitional thing. I got to go from the regional show to the Contender Series, from the Contender Series to the UFC. So it was more of like a process. It was more of like a bit of like a stepping stone. And so I'm very thankful that I was able to kind of go through in that way. Also, my boy Series City, he's fighting Contender Series. He's I think leaving in a couple weeks. He fights like 2 weeks before me, so I'm really invested this season.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Your boy Aaron Jeffrey picked up a big win. How happy were you?
Oh man, that was motivating. Like, I don't really believe in motivation because consistency is more important. But still, you know what I mean? Watching that next morning, I go to the practice freaking 9 a.m. with Javon. We're like wrestling hard, just like putting everything into it. It was so awesome. Like Aaron, he works so hard. He dedicates himself. He's like the epitome of what you would want an athlete to be and a champion to be, and just like to see him go out there and do his thing. And yeah, it was amazing to watch.
Yeah, no, I was so happy for him because yeah, I've seen how hard he works. He puts in the fucking hours. He busts his ass, and to see him come out and take someone's O when everybody counted him out because of his last performance, like it just, dude.
Yeah, he's had a tough road, with the whole contend. He lost on Contender Series, and then like, he lost the last fight. It's like he's had the ups and downs, and you see how much he grows from it. Anytime he has a down, it's like, okay, how high is his up after this? Because he you know changes it. It's awesome.
All right, and then finally, obviously, I'm not looking past Tracy Cortez at all, but say you get a win, are you looking to fight one more time this year, like in December, or are you going to take some time off because you've already had 3 fights?
I mean, right now I'm saying I'm gonna take some time off because I'm tired because it's in the middle of camp. But who knows? And who knows the opportunities that will come up? What if it's like a short notice thing? I'm not counting out fighting again before the end of this year. Like I said, I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. And if an opportunity presents itself, I'm gonna jump on that. Yeah, like I always have.
Gotcha. I actually one more. I lied. One more. Main event: Valentina versus Alexa. Who you got?
That's tough. I really believe that I think Valentina will take it. Just because I believe of the whole thing of, like I just said with Aaron, of anytime there's any adversity, a loss, or anything like that, it's like that's when you see the champion spirit, and that's when the real like true self comes out. And I think that she's like got that winner mentality, and that this loss will kind of make her reassess and realize like, okay, I'm not going to spin, or whatever it may be. But I think that she'll win the next one. But
Do
who
you,
knows? It's MMA.
a fight's a fucking fight.
Yeah.
What about Valentina? Like, what do you, in your opinion, like, do you think she overlooked Talia Santos and Alexa Grasso? Do you think she's just getting older? Like, or do you think, like you said, it's just a fight? Like, anything can happen in a fight.
I think all of the above. I think that everyone coming up in the division is that much more skilled now. I think the gap has been like closing. The women's MMA is growing, and the women are becoming more talented. And so I think that is a part of it. But yeah, also, she was on top for a long time, so maybe she was slipping a little bit, who like getting a little bit comfortable. Who know? I don't know her. I don't know her camp. I don't know anything really. But there, it could have been anything, or could just be MMA. Sometimes shit happens. Like, she's been on the right end 10 times. She'll be on the wrong end one time. It's, you never know.
Gotcha. Awesome, Jasmine. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. If you want to plug your sponsors, you want to plug any social media, and if you want to thank anybody, the floor is yours.
Thanks to my team, of course, my training partners, and my Instagram, I guess, Jasmine Jasudavicius. And we always do vlogs on like fight week on YouTube. So check those out, because that'll be fun. We start them like in camp a little bit, and then run them through all fight week and everything.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.